Hi guys, this is Jason from the One Stop How To Guys, bringing you episode 2 of Practical Drupal Development. In this episode, we're going to be covering one of Drupal's most powerful features, and that's its module system. Everything from text fields to slideshows come in the form of modules. If we click this tab up here at the top that says Modules, we will be displayed with all of the pre-packaged Drupal core modules. Now these are things that Drupal has identified as being widely used on most production sites, and therefore they've included them in the default installation. These are things like Drupal's block system, which we will be talking about later on. Comment systems for adding comments to user posts. All that stuff, it comes in the form of a module. Basically, anything that you want to do on your Drupal site, usually there's a module for that. So if you want to create a really awesome slideshow to present to your user on your homepage, there's a module for that. Now, there are two ways that you can go about getting modules. The first of which is to go over to Drupal.org, type into their search the module that you're looking for. Now, Drupal search is not exactly the most reliable source for module hunting. As you can see, we typed in administration menu here, and it is way down on the list here. A lot of times the module name that you're looking for may not even appear on the first page, and you'll have to page through 10, 20, 30 pages just to find the module that you're looking for. Now, they've included some pretty nice search filters at the top, which do allow you to narrow that search to some degree. I mean, you can at least select the Drupal package that you're looking for. For this instance, we are looking for Drupal 7, so you can narrow that search down. But as you can see, it really didn't move our administration up all that far. The second method, and the method that I find to be a more successful search method, is to simply head over to Google and type in Drupal plus the name of the module that you're looking for, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to be the first result in your search. It just seems to perform better. I don't know why. A lot of the sites that I've built in the past, the search system works pretty well. But then again, it's not searching several hundreds of thousands of pages as well. So you can take either one of those methods, and I personally prefer to use the Google search method because I think that it delivers a more practical result. So when you get to a modules page, the first thing that you're going to see is an overview of the module. This is basically just the description of what this module does. Occasionally you will see something that is called dependencies, which are other modules that are required in order to use the module that you're downloading. If you do not download those dependent modules, your module will not work. In fact, Drupal won't even let you turn it on. It will appear, but the checkbox will not be clickable. Sometimes you'll see here developer information, people who support the module, installation instructions and documentation. And then at the bottom, just like we had for our Drupal installation, you'll see a bunch of downloadable packages. The first number here, again, is the version number. So you can see that there are versions for both Drupal 7 and Drupal 6, as well as a development version for the upcoming Drupal 8. Now, what we didn't see on the Drupal download page is this yellow box. Now, this yellow box is an alpha release. All the alpha release really is a somewhat more stable version of the development release, which means that it's a little safer to use on your production site than the dev version of the module. Again, the suggested download method is always going to be the green stable release because you know that there are no bugs included. For this module, we are just going to simply download the stable release. So click your download, allow that to download, navigate over to where you downloaded it, and extract that module. Once that module is extracted, you need to navigate over to your server files. When we get there, there are a couple of things that we need to stop and talk about here. So in your sites folder, you are going to see a couple of folders here. The first thing that you may notice is that there is a modules folder here. Inside that modules folder are all of the core modules. Now, you may be tempted to drag and drop your new module over into the core folder, but that is not something that you should ever do. These folders here are folders that you never really want to touch. Everything within these are a part of the core system. Anytime that you start tampering or messing with the core files and core folders, you do run the risk of permanently damaging your site. So it is highly, highly advised that you do not touch the contents of any of these folders unless you are a somewhat more advanced user of Drupal. Now, there is one exception to this rule, and that is the sites folder. Now, the sites folder is where we are going to be doing most of our work. In sites, you will see another set of folders. Now, this modules folder and this themes folder is where we will place our downloaded modules and our downloaded themes. So inside of modules, you'll see that there is a README. The first thing that you should do to this README is delete it. It really just tells you that this is where you download your modules to. It really is not worth the space that it takes up. So, all you need to do is simply drag and drop the module that you downloaded into this modules folder. This is the same process as FTPing into this folder if you are on a live server. Once you've done that, you can head back over to your site and refresh it. Once it's refreshed, you should see at the very bottom a new collapsible area here with our freshly downloaded module. Some modules will come with more than one of these drop-down regions. Other modules may find their home in other modules' drop-down regions. And by the time that we are done with our website, there will be probably 5 to 6 times the amount of these collapsible folders here, because we are going to be doing a lot of extending within the Drupal system. So once your module is FTP'd or folder swapped onto the server, you simply need to turn it on. Now, the administration menu comes with a fairly small theming. The text is a little hard to read, so they also provided for you this administration menu toolbar styles, which kind of just blows that stuff up a little bit so it's a little easier to see. So we're also going to turn that on. Hit Save Configurations, allow that to save, and then once that saves, we'll go ahead and close this down. Drupal will refresh itself, and now you can see that our new module has been turned on. You will also notice, however, that the old toolbar is still there. That's because Drupal, in Drupal, every single aspect is a module. So within the modules folder again, we need to scroll through and find that toolbar module and make sure that we turn it off so that the default toolbar is not the one that we're seeing. So once that saves, we'll close that down. That will refresh. And now we have our new admin menu here. You can see that the names are fairly similar, but we've been provided with a drop-down menu here, which will make going through what these tabs are and explaining the different aspects much easier because we won't have to point, click, and wait for it to load. So that is episode 2 of the One Stop How To Guys Practical Drupal Development on Installing Modules. You will become significantly more comfortable with installing modules by the time that we're done with this process, because like I said, there are probably 20 to 30 modules, give or take, that we will be installing in order to build our site. So if you like the video, make sure you like it, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you in episode 3.